Sanantaka.
Hello everyone, my name is Ravindra and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are seeing the manipulation functions of JSON and XML. So we have add property, set property, remove property. For XML, we have xpath and also we have the Coalesce function. So let's go and see each function. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. And if you are not watching this series, I will recommend you to watch beginner to advanced Power Automate series as well. So let's get first function add property. So what basically add property function does? So add property functions add a new property to a JSON object and return the updated object. So let's see. First take one JSON object here. So for that purpose we are given JSON example 1. Let's give here. So this is a JSON object. So if I want to add some property, okay, like name, role, let's take here example as a we want to add a country. So we cannot directly add in the running flow. So for that purpose, we have one function, okay, add property. So we will use that. So I rename the compose action and let's use here add property. So what basically add property required? The first object it required as a object. So let's pass here object. Then the property name. So let's give here as country and the value what we need to add to this. So let's say add here India and let's click on the add here. Let's save our Power Automate flow and run one. So friends, our flows run successfully and you can see we get output as a JSON object here, name, role and country as an added property here. So let's see one more little bit complex example here. Let's take one more JSON object here. Okay. So let's create a JSON object. So friends, you can see I just created one JSON object here. Name Ravindra, marks is 80, and we need to find an grade for this student. Okay, means if it is greater than 80, in that case we will mark it as a positive grade with A, and if it is less than 80, in that case we will give as a B grade. So let's do this by using add property function. So first we need to parameter, we need to pass in JSON, we pass here, then the property name. So our property name is, so we want a grade, so I just given a name to that grade and the value. So we will use a condition if we use a greater than or equal to value 80. So this output will pass and we will extract the key from that. Okay. So let's we give a question mark. In that we'll pass as a marks. If it is positive, so we will use A. If not, then we will use as a B grade. Okay, and let's click on here add. Let's run our Power Automate flow. So friends, you can see our number we are getting the B as a grade. So we see the some more examples of add property at the end of this video that are the more advanced topic. So let's see our next function. Okay, so we have the next function remove property. So let's use here. So from the JSON object, if you want to remove any property, so we use the remove property function. So from example 2, let's we remove here marks. Okay, so let's go to Power FX, remove property. First parameter we need to pass an object, then the property name. Okay, so it is marks. Let's click on the add and let's run our Power Automate flow. So friends, you can see our flows run successfully and we remove the marks from here. Only name is remaining now. So let's go and learn next property, that is set property. So what basically set property function does? So set property also work similar as add property. Okay, it also used to add or update the property in a JSON object. Add property only add a new object means new property, but set property will override the property if it is already exist. Okay, so let's see one of the example. So let's take the first JSON object. Okay, so here my role is Power Platform Developer. Okay, so if you want to change this one, okay, I want a lead developer role here. So by using set property, we can do that. So let's see how we can do. Let's use your set property. It first object is required the JSON object. So let's pass JSON object. Then second property, so it required a property. So let's we pass the property name here, role, and the value we want as a lead lead developer. Let's click on the add here and let's run our Power Automate flow. So friends, our Power Automate flows run successfully and in the output we can see my role is changed now, the lead developer. Now let's go and learn the next property, that is xpath. So xpath function let you query XML data to extract specific nodes or values using XPath expressions. It is useful when you receive XML response from API, SharePoint, or Dataverse or any other system and needs to pick out pace from need to pick out specific piece of information. Let's see practically. So friends, for XML path, so here I just type here XML courier, okay, path, so employee, name Ravindra, role, Power Platform developer, and just we close here the employee, okay, and from this we need a this name, okay, Ravindra. So we just pass here path, employee, name, and we need to convert this XML object into a string format. So we use here string, and from that we want the zeroth index. Okay, so we need this object. So we pass here 0 and use here string function to convert that into string. So let's see what output we are getting. So friends, you can see we successfully getting the name as a Ravindra XML path by from XML. So now let's use our last function, that is Coalesce. So friends, we are seeing the Coalesce function. Okay. So in the Coalesce function, it always return the non-blank value. Okay, if you pass a string or in the string you don't pass any value, so it will return that object only, string one. And if you pass null, okay, so in that case only the first non-blank value it will take. So in this case we pass a null and then we are passed as a. So in this scenario we will get a output as a. But in the last I pass here a string, okay, in that we not pass any value, okay. So if pass this value from at the starting, so you will get the same value, friends, here itself, not a. So let's go and see the output. Let's run the Power Automate flow. So friends, our flows run successfully and you can see we get output as a. So that's all about, friends, in the today's video. Please subscribe to our channel and watch our next video. In that we are seeing the workflow functions in the Microsoft Power Automate, and we will end this Power Automate expression series here, okay, and we will start our new advanced topic of Power Automate. That's keep learning, keep growing, keep exploring, friends. Thank you.